welcome to Mount Faber. Mount Faber at Singapore. We're going to take a cable car. We're going to take a cable car across the strait there onto Sentosa. This is Mount Faber cable car station. And we're going to jump on a cable car. It's about 15 minutes across. 15 minutes across and get some great views of a great city from a cable car across to Sentosa, which is Singapore's fun island. Alright, so this is Mount Faber. It's a great vantage point here in Singapore, and see the city just out here. City of Singapore, skyline and so on. You'll see all this from the cable car as we head over the water. City of 5.5 million people. So we're going to jump on the wheels just over here and get across the water. All right, so we'll see you on the wheels. Sentosa cable car at Mount Faber, Singapore. We'll see you on the wheels. All right, it's a good ride. I'll just come this side. All right. Okay, gang. So we're on the cable car. I've got the wheels to myself, as Lewis Hamilton might have when he drives the Formula 1 car around Singapore. All right, let's go. So it's about a 15-minute ride. It's about a 15-minute ride across to Sentosa there. And we're just pulling out at, it's just coming up towards sunset here, you can see out in the distance. So we start at Mount Faber. This is Faber Peak. There's a few restaurants and bars and views. People go jogging up the hill, stuff like that. It's about a 15-minute ride to Sentosa. Alright, so that's Faber Peak. So you go pulling up. You can see these are the hills. We're just going off the hills. The city is out in the distance there. World's busiest port. And then we'll make a brief pit stop at Harbourfront, which is just over there. And then we'll go on to Sentosa. 15 minutes. Alright. So Sentosa is, Singapore is an island, yeah? In the Malay Peninsula. Sentosa is another small island you can see in the distance that has been converted. They call it the Fun Island. So got lots of hotels and theme parks and Universal Studios and so on. And so we're on the mainland of Singapore here. You can see we can see sunset for a start. It's looking west on the island towards Jurong. And out in the distance you've got Jurong Island, which is a lot of factories and chemical plants. This is Keppel. Some residences and apartments and so on just near Keppel. And then we'll be going over the water. You can see the water in the distance. We'll be going over the water once we get past the next brief stop at Harbourfront. Then that's when the best views begin. So we've got the West Coast Highway just in the foreground there. That's the west of the island, yeah? Now towards Jurong, get out of the way with. That's where the sunset is. So that's Faber Peak, Mount Faber. Some houses and stuff on the hillside. And you've got the world's busiest port, depending on how you count it, whether it's containers, tonnage or ships. So in the distance, so that white building there, it's called Vivo City. It's a shopping mall. Shopping mall with shops and bars and restaurants and so on. There's a bridge there as well, which has got a monorail and a road which takes you through to Sentosa as well. So there's different ways to get to Sentosa. That's Vivo City. See the port in the distance. You'll see the city of Singapore once we get onto the so that's the bus terminal down there. Singapore bus, they're all air conditioned, yeah. Half of them are Mercedes as well. Go back to our Lewis Hamilton yeah, I've got the cable car to myself. You know, it's coronavirus time, yeah. So like, you can only have two at any one anyway. But I've got it to myself, so I just enjoy. Welcome to Singapore. That's all I can say. Yeah, it's coronavirus. Coronavirus. Okay. So yeah, it's the West Coast Highway looking up towards Jurong. Pretty cool driving a Formula 1 car on there. I think about 15 kilometers to us. The sunset. We're just pulling into Harbourfront here, and we'll start to see stuff on the east side of the island. This is Harbourfront. They have cruise ships and stuff that pull in here. We'll just start to see the skyline of Singapore opening up just over there. A lot of time of the day to go flying, should we say. You see the big ships, that's what I meant by the port. World's busiest port by at least one metric. Okay, so just pulling into Harbourfront here. Doors will open, the guy will ask me, do you want a photo and stuff like that. Same there. We're going straight through to Sentosa.
That way to Sentosa.
That way to Sentosa. Alright, cheers buddy. He doesn't want to take my photo. Come back, get a selfie with him, I think. See you later. Alrighty. Scale car limit says. These are the best views, alright? Hold your breath, we're going to go over the water. The cable car was built in 1974, I think, something like that. About 10 years later, they had a mini incident to send the helicopter in. Singapore Air Force helicopter had to come and pluck people off. As the news channels broadcast the story, but 25 years has been perfectly safe. So we're going to go over the water, alright? You're all coming with me, it's alright. Sentosa, okay? Straight ahead. Enjoy, it's the best bit. It's a true story as well. Alright, so Sentosa is the fun island. See straight ahead. Stretches all the way out there to all the way out there. It's the World Trade Center in the foreground. So the city is out there. It's the World Trade Center stop. So a lovely sunset happening. So that's Keppel, the foreground. It's a lovely sunset. You see the nice yacht parked out in the marina. Nice fancy yacht there. So that World Trade Center, it's called World Trade Center because there are cruise ships that pull in. You can take ferries through to Batam, which is an island in Indonesia, and various other places. So that's the way out. You might have seen me on the Royal Albatross. It's like a boat that was on the Batman film. I went sailing around Sentosa then, years ago. Yeah, so this is the island of Sentosa, Singapore's fun island. There's actually two cable car systems. You can see the roof, the top, that one there. That's actually the cable car on the island itself. And then this is the island. There's a lot of hotels. So Resorts World Sentosa is like the main resorts bit. So in the foreground there you see their beach villas. So that's where I stayed yesterday. One of their beach villas, just in the foreground at the front there. And then you've got Hotel Aquarius straight ahead. And then swinging around this way you can see the Hard Rock Hotel, Hotel Michael, Crockford's Towers. That's the Albatross just parked there. That's the boat that I took before. It's the Batman. That was on the Batman film, that one. One of them. So that's the Hard Rock Hotel just there. And then just beyond is Michael Resorts World Sentosa. There's Resorts World Sentosa. And then you can see Universal Studios, the Battlestar Galactica ride just further out. So those boats are going to Indonesia, Batam. Yep. Yeah, so that's Resorts World Sentosa. Got a couple of golf courses further out in the distance. Serapong, Sentosa Golf Club, all that stuff. They play the women's, some of the women's PGA Tour, and that's the city of Singapore. Just out there. World Trade Center in the foreground. And the city of Singapore, all those skyscrapers. It's Brani Island, just over there, it's where all the port stuff is. It's one of the world's busiest ports, depending on how you look at it. Yeah. World Trade Center, Keppel. This bit's open air, yeah. Keppel, a lovely sunset. This bit down below, this is the beach villas for the Resorts World Sentosa. You can see Shangri-La Hotel in the distance. It's not there, it's the Shangri-La Rasa Sentosa. This is the beach villa, that's where I stayed there yesterday. So one of those villas down there. I've got to pick it up, 823, alright? My villa, and that's the Aquarius Hotel, yeah. It's Keppel. I was pulling into, you can see all the ocean going ships out in the distance. It's Hotel Aquarius in the foreground. And all the ocean going ships out in the distance. Some of the Southeast Asia Aquarium, Adventure Cove Water Park. All part of the RWS complex. You're an SG. So that's the bridge in the foreground that connects SG to Sentosa. There's a monorail and you can drive across if you want as well. Just like that. W Hotel out in the distance. Capella have one here. Capella is where Donald Trump, President Trump met Kim Jong-un about 18 months ago when they were discussing the merits of who gets to have nuclear weapons. Coronavirus might change all that, but anyway, yeah. The beach villas in the foreground, Keppel in the distance. So you arrive at sunset. Yes, that's the other cable car system here. That's actually on the island. So with this pass that I'm wearing, I have unlimited, that's my roller, unlimited rides on both, how much 10 to 7? On both cable car systems. I was going to Sentosa station here. Yeah, it's Resorts World. Alright. Okay, now so that's the Hard Rock Hotel in the foreground. That was the ride. That was the ride, that was the ride. Alrighty, pulling into Sentosa station here. Alrighty, hope you enjoyed the ride. Yeah, it was pretty good actually. We were lucky with the light. The light was just right. So I'm gonna leg it back to my hotel and see you next time. Maybe a helicopter or something. Alright, ciao. Sentosa cable car.
Hello, Sentosa station.
Yeah, thank you. Alright, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.